Have you ever had one of those nights where you go to bed early, turn off all the lights, lie completely still, but your mind just won't let go? Or maybe you do fall asleep, only to wake up at 2:47 a.m., eyes wide open, body heavy but somehow restless. You try to turn over, you count your breaths, you adjust your pillow again and again, but sleep doesn't come back. You wait for the sunrise, and when it finally arrives, you don't feel rested. You feel defeated, tired before the day even begins. If you're over 65, you've probably experienced this more than once. And here's the truth no one tells you. It's not just age, it's not just stress, and it's not always your mattress. Sometimes the biggest reason you can't sleep peacefully is what you ate just a few hours before. After 65, your body changes more than people realize. Your digestion slows down, your liver processes slower, your brain becomes more sensitive to blood sugar drops, inflammation, and the wrong kind of stimulation, which means the foods you can literally eat your way to better nights and stronger mornings. That's what today's video is all about. It's not a diet, it's not a gimmick, it's a reset. It's about building a peaceful plate that gently prepares your body for rest and gives it the nourishment it needs to repair and recharge while you sleep. And before we talk about what to eat, we need to talk about what to stop eating. Because there are foods that seniors over 65 often include in their evenings, thinking they're harmless. But in reality, they quietly rob you of deep, restful sleep. These are the foods we call silent sleep thieves. And the first one is caffeine. Now, most seniors I talk to immediately say, "Oh, I don't drink coffee after lunch." That's great, but did you know that caffeine hides in more than just coffee? Green tea, black tea, many pain medications, chocolate, especially dark chocolate, all contain caffeine. And as we age, our ability to clear caffeine from the bloodstream slows down. A cup of tea at 3 p.m. might still be active in your system at midnight. That matters, because caffeine doesn't just keep you awake, it actually suppresses melatonin, the hormone your body needs to feel sleepy. It's like drinking a substance that tells your brain to stay on alert, even when your eyes are closed. And what's worse, many seniors take opioid counter medications for headaches or arthritis that contain hidden caffeine. So the first rule is simple. After 2 p.m., avoid all sources of caffeine, even the sneaky ones. Check labels, swap tea for calming herbs like chamomile or lemon balm. And yes, skip the evening chocolate. It may feel comforting, but it's sending the wrong message to your nervous system. The second sleep thief, spicy and acidic foods, especially at dinner. You may have loved your chili, your tomato soup, your garlic noodles all your life. But once you pass 65, the lower esophageal sphincter, the muscle that keeps stomach acid in place, gets weaker. That means acid has an easier time rising back up when you lie down. The result? Silent acid reflux. You may not feel the burn, but you'll feel the restlessness. You'll notice more coughing at night, or dry throat in the morning, or just fragmented sleep that you can't explain. And remember, it's not just spice, it's also acidity. Tomatoes, vinegar, heavy dressings, citrus-based sauces. They seem innocent, but they're potent triggers. So what's the fix? Eat these foods earlier in the day. By dinner, switch to milder calming ingredients. Sweet potatoes, steamed vegetables, lean proteins, cooked grains. Think warm, grounding, easy to digest. Think of food that hugs your stomach, not punches it. And now the third and most common mistake I see, eating sugar before bed. That little piece of cake, the sweet yogurt, the harmless cookies with your herbal tea, they all spike your blood sugar just enough to set you up for a crash. And that crash, it often happens around 3 or 4 a.m. That's when your blood sugar drops rapidly. Your body panics and releases cortisol, the stress hormone, to bring it back up. Suddenly you're awake, heart beating faster, mind alert, maybe even sweating. It's not a nightmare. It's your biology reacting to that dessert you thought would relax you. Sugar before bed doesn't just affect your sleep. It increases inflammation, worsens joint pain. It makes you more likely to feel tired even after 8 hours of sleep. And for seniors with diabetes or insulin resistance, it's even more dangerous. So what's the solution? Don't go to bed hungry, but don't go to bed with sugar either. Choose a sleep snack that supports your nervous system. A banana with almond butter, a small bowl of warm oats with cinnamon, a handful of pumpkin seeds, something gentle, natural, rich in magnesium and tryptophan. Something that signals to your body, it's okay to rest now. You're safe. I want you to think about this. How many nights have you blamed your pillow, your room temperature, your worries, when in fact, it was your plate. Tonight you get to change that by simply removing these 3 sleep thieves: caffeine after 2 p.m., spicy and acidic dinners, and bedtime sugar. You're already halfway toward a peaceful night. You don't need sleeping pills. You don't need another gadget. You need awareness and a willingness to treat your body like it still matters, because it does. Your rest matters, your energy matters, and you deserve mornings that begin with strength, not struggle. Coming up next, I'll show you the exact foods you should add to your dinner and evening routine to fall asleep easier, stay asleep longer, and wake up with energy you forgot was possible. But for now, I want you to reflect. Which of these 3 foods do you still include in your evenings? Is it the tea, the tomato soup, the chocolate after dinner? Let me know in the comments. Because the first step to healing sleep is telling the truth about what's on your plate. With the harmful foods out of the way, it's time to refill your plate with the gentle nourishment your body craves in this stage of life. Because when your digestion slows, your hormones shift, and your sleep becomes fragile, the right foods at night don't just fill you, they restore you. We call these the peaceful plate superfoods. Each one does something different. Some calm your nerves, others help your muscles recover. Some feed your brain while you rest, and others whisper to your body, "You're safe now. Sleep." These aren't exotic, they're not expensive, and you don't need a recipe book to enjoy them. All you need is the intention to nourish yourself before bed, not just to satisfy hunger, but to build a body that sleeps well and wakes up stronger. Let's begin with one of the most surprising heroes of sleep. The kiwi, small, green, and fuzzy. This fruit holds a quiet secret. Studies have shown that seniors who eat 1 or 2 kiwis before bed fall asleep faster, sleep longer, and wake up fewer times in the night. Why? Because kiwi is naturally rich in serotonin, the precursor to melatonin. While most people reach for supplements, kiwi offers what your brain needs in its natural form. But that's not all. Kiwi also contains antioxidants and folate, both of which help regulate sleep cycles disrupted by age. And because it's gentle on the stomach, you don't have to worry about acid or heaviness. It's soft, slightly sweet, and deeply calming. Try having one about an hour before bed. Not as a dessert, but as a ritual, a quiet message to your nervous system that it's time to wind down. Next, let's talk about cherries, not the ones on top of cakes. Real cherries, especially tart cherries, are one of the few natural sources of melatonin found in food. Yes, actual melatonin, the hormone your body needs to regulate when you fall asleep and when you wake up. As we age, our bodies naturally produce less of it. That's one reason many seniors find themselves becoming light sleepers. But a small handful of tart cherries, or a half cup of unsweetened tart cherry juice in the evening, can help restore that rhythm. In one study, adults who drank tart cherry juice before bed slept longer and had better sleep efficiency. It works not by knocking you out, but by supporting your body's own gentle signals. Think of it as lighting a candle instead of flipping on a flashlight. Cherries are also anti-inflammatory, which means they help soothe the body from the inside, calming aches and pains that might otherwise wake you in the night. The third peaceful plate food is humble but powerful: pumpkin seeds. A tablespoon or 2 is all it takes. These little seeds are rich in magnesium, one of the most important minerals for sleep. Magnesium helps relax muscles, calm the nervous system, and regulate melatonin production. It's especially helpful if you experience leg cramps, tightness, or an anxious mind at night. Pumpkin seeds also contain tryptophan, the amino acid that helps produce serotonin and melatonin. But what makes them ideal for seniors is their balance of healthy fat and plant-based protein, both of which keep your blood sugar stable through the night. When blood sugar stays steady, the brain stays calm. No alarms, no cortisol spikes, just peace. You can eat them plain or sprinkle them into a small bowl of oats, which brings us to the 4th food on our list: oat. Not the sugary packets. I'm talking about warm, plain oats with a touch of cinnamon or banana. Oats are a complex carbohydrate that help transport tryptophan into the brain, where it becomes serotonin and then melatonin. Eating that feeling isn't just emotional, it's biological. Oats also help regulate digestion, which is critical after 65. No bloating, no heaviness, no late-night gas, just smooth, quiet fuel for the healing hours ahead. And because oats are naturally gluten-free and low in sugar, they're suitable even for those with sensitive systems. Add a few pumpkin seeds, a slice of banana, or a sprinkle of ground flax, and you've built a bedtime meal that doesn't just fill your stomach, it strengthens your sleep. And now the fifth and final peaceful plate food, almonds. Just a small handful, maybe 5 to 10. Almonds are rich in magnesium, protein, and healthy fats. This trio works together to slow digestion, steady blood sugar, and gently relax the nervous system. For seniors who often wake up in the night feeling hungry or anxious, almonds are a secret weapon. Unlike a sugary snack that gives you a quick spike and crash, almonds are steady energy that lasts through the night. They also contain melatonin, helping to reinforce your body's natural sleep rhythm. And because they're easy to chew and store, they're one of the most accessible sleep foods you can keep in your kitchen. Some people like them raw, others pair them with a few slices of apple or banana. Whatever works for you, the key is consistency. 1 or 2 good nights isn't the goal. What we want is a rhythm, a pattern, where your body starts to associate certain foods at certain times with rest, calm, and safety. That's what makes the peaceful plate so powerful. It's not a one-time fix. It's a nightly ritual. Or maybe you've never tried pumpkin seeds before bed. Let me know in the comments. Your small change might inspire someone else to take that first step tonight. Remember, aging doesn't mean giving up on rest. It means learning how to rest smarter. And the right foods can help you do just that. In our next section, we'll explore when and how to eat these foods, the timing, the combinations, and the routines that maximize their effects. But for now, I invite you to try just one of these tonight. Not as a chore, not as a rule, but as a gift. A message to your body that says, you've done enough, you've given enough. Now it's time to rest, and tomorrow, you'll wake up stronger. We've talked about which foods support deep rest and which ones disrupt it. But there's one more key that many overlook: the clock. What time you eat can be just as important as what you eat. Because even the healthiest food, if eaten too late or too hastily, can interrupt your body's natural rhythm and make sleep harder to reach. After 65, your digestion slows down, your stomach empties more slowly, your liver processes nutrients with less efficiency, and your body becomes more sensitive to late-night fluctuations in blood sugar, hydration, and temperature. That's why mastering the when of eating is essential for seniors who want to sleep peacefully and wake up strong. The first rule is simple but powerful. Finish dinner at least 3 hours before bedtime. If you usually go to bed at 10 o'clock p.m., aim to have your last full meal by 7 o'clock p.m. Why? Because your body needs time to digest, to transition from feeding mode into healing mode. If you eat too close to bedtime, your digestive system is still working hard when the rest of your body is trying to power down. That creates internal conflict. Your brain wants rest, but your stomach is still in motion. You may feel full, uncomfortable, overheated, or even slightly anxious without knowing why. And then you're up at midnight, wide awake, wondering what went wrong. The second rule is about how you eat. After 65, your evening meal should be warm, soft, and easy to digest. This isn't the time for raw salads, dry crackers, or cold leftovers straight from the fridge. Your digestive fire, the heat your body uses to break down food, is weaker in the evening. Warm, gentle meals help support that natural process. Think soups, stews, steamed vegetables, baked fish, or soft grains. These foods offer energy without burdening the system. Imagine giving your body a gentle hug instead of a challenge to fight through. The third principle is subtle but incredibly effective. Front-load your fluids. Many seniors drink too much water or tea too late in the evening, thinking it's healthy. But the result, waking up once, twice, maybe 3 times to use the bathroom, interrupted sleep, broken dreams, and sometimes even the risk of nighttime falls. The solution? Hydrate well during the day, but start tapering off fluids after 8 o'clock. A few sips are fine, but don't drink full cups of tea or water unless necessary. Your bladder and kidneys also deserve a peaceful night. And finally, what about bedtime snacks? This is where it gets personal. Some seniors do well with a small, balanced snack before bed, especially those who struggle with low blood sugar or nighttime hunger. Others sleep better with nothing at all after dinner. So listen to your body. If you feel jittery, hungry, or unsettled in the evening, a small snack with protein, fiber, and healthy fat can help stabilize your system and keep cortisol at bay. The key is balance. Not too much, not too little. Just enough to tell your body you are cared for. You are safe. Now let go. Because ultimately, sleep is not a switch, it's a surrender. And the way you eat in the hours before bed determines how easily you can surrender to rest. But we're not done yet, because there's one more truth most people overlook. A strong morning doesn't start in the morning, it starts the night before. And what you eat at dinner plays a direct role in how you wake up. After 65, your body repairs itself more slowly. Muscles lose mass more easily. Joints become stiffer, bones need more support. And yet many seniors eat light, low-protein dinners or skip dinner altogether. Then they wake up weak, foggy, and think it's just aging. It's not. It's a missing ingredient. Your body needs protein at night to rebuild while you sleep. Growth hormone, which repairs tissue and supports muscle, is most active during deep sleep. But without the right nutrients in your system, your body has nothing to work with. That's why adding light, digestible proteins to your dinner, like eggs, lentils, tofu, chicken, or cottage cheese, can make a huge difference. Even something as simple as a scoop of Greek yogurt or a boiled egg before bed can provide the amino acids your body uses to repair overnight. This doesn't mean a heavy steak or a giant portion. It means intentional nourishment. A small, calming meal that tells your body, here is what you need. Now do your work, now heal. And when that healing happens properly, the morning feels different. You don't just wake up, you rise. With more strength in your legs, more steadiness in your walk, more clarity in your thoughts. Your appetite feels calm, your joints feel looser. You feel present again instead of dragging through another foggy dawn. This is what we mean when we say, the plate has power. Not just over your sleep, but over your morning's strength, your ability to enjoy the day ahead. I want to tell you about Mr. Tuan. He's 74, widowed, lives alone. For years, he said mornings were the hardest. I feel like I have to push my body to get out of bed. He told me he thought it was just normal aging. But we looked at his dinner, crackers and tea. Sometimes just fruit, no protein, no fat, no fuel for recovery. We made one change. Every night before bed, he added a boiled egg and half a cup of plain yogurt with chia seeds. That's it. Within 2 weeks, he said, I don't need to sit on the bed for 10 minutes before standing. I just stand up. I feel stable. I don't feel like I'm falling over anymore. One small change, a peaceful plate, a stronger morning. So I ask you now, what did you eat for dinner last night? And how did you feel when you woke up? Was there strength in your legs? Was your mind clear or cloudy? Did you feel alive or just functioning? If the answer isn't what you want, don't blame yourself. Just feed yourself better. Because after 65, food isn't just fuel, it's medicine. It's strength. It's the difference between enduring the day and embracing it. In our next section, we'll talk about common eating mistakes that many seniors make without even realizing, and how to fix them starting tonight. But for now, I want you to remember this. Your next morning starts with your next meal. So give your body what it's asking for. Give it a peaceful plate, and it will give you back the strength to rise. You've learned how much timing and evening meals matter. Now let's bring awareness to the small, unnoticed habits that could still be interrupting your rest. These are the common mistakes that keep seniors tired. Not because we're lazy, not because we're weak, but because no one ever told us the truth. The first mistake is one many people make with good intentions: skipping dinner altogether. Maybe you're not hungry, maybe you're trying to lose weight. Maybe you think lighter is better. But after 65, skipping dinner isn't a shortcut to health. It's a ticket to poor sleep, muscle loss, and morning fatigue. Your body still needs fuel to repair itself overnight. Your brain still needs glucose to keep your thoughts stable. Your cells still need protein to regenerate. When you go to bed on an empty stomach, you may fall asleep faster, but you're far more likely to wake up in the night, experience muscle cramps, or feel dizzy the next morning. So the goal isn't a big dinner, it's a smart, gentle one, with the right nutrients and the right amounts. Even a small bowl of soup with soft tofu or scrambled egg with steamed veggies can be enough to support you. Don't skip nourishment. You're not a burden, you're a body that still needs care. The second mistake is eating the wrong leftovers. Cold pizza, fried rice, a piece of cake left from lunch. These foods may feel comforting, but they force your digestion to work overtime. After 65, high fat, high sugar, or heavily processed foods eaten at night increase inflammation, spike your blood sugar, and leave your organs restless when they should be restored. Think of your body like a house. At night, you want to dim the lights, lock the doors, turn off the machines. But when you eat heavy leftovers late, it's like turning on every appliance in the house at midnight. The lights buzz, the energy surges, and sleep disappears. Warm your food, soften it. Choose ingredients that calm, not excite. Let your body shut down in peace. The third mistake is one that sounds harmless but creates real trouble. Drinking too much herbal tea or water late at night. You may think a cup of chamomile at 9:30 is a good idea. But if you're waking up at 1 a.m. and 3 a.m. to use the bathroom, that peaceful tea is costing you more than it gives. Hydration is essential, but the timing matters. Your kidneys are slower now. Your bladder is more sensitive. Drink throughout the day, front load your fluids, but after 8 p.m. slow it down. A few sips if needed, no more. Your sleep will thank you. The fourth mistake, relying on pills instead of patterns. Many seniors turn to sleeping pills, hoping for a quiet night. And while medication has its place, it often masks the real issue. An unprepared body, pills force the brain to shut down. But they don't repair the reasons it can't rest naturally. They don't fix poor nutrition, unbalanced blood sugar, late-night stress hormones. And worse, sleeping pills often create grogginess, dependency, and confusion, especially dangerous in the elderly. The better approach, build the habit, eat the right foods at the right time with the right balance. Give your body what it needs so it wants to rest, not because it's drugged, but because it's finally supported. This is how we return to true sleep. Deep sleep, healing sleep, the kind of rest that makes you feel alive again. The final mistake is the hardest to admit. Believing that poor sleep is just a part of aging and giving up. I've heard it so many times. This is just how it is now. At my age, what can I do? Let me tell you something. Yes, your body is older. Yes, it changes. But that does not mean you are powerless. That does not mean you are beyond better rest. You are still here, which means your body still responds, still heals, still rebuilding. And when you change how you eat, what you eat, when you eat, how you treat your body before bed, you change how you sleep, you change how you wake, you change how you live the day that follows. So now we've reached the end. But in truth, this is only the beginning. We've talked about the foods that sabotage your sleep. Caffeine, spicy meals, sugar before bed. We've explored the 5 peaceful plate superfoods that calm the nervous system and nourish overnight recovery. Kiwi, tart cherries, pumpkin seeds, oats, and almonds. We've learned the power of timing. Finishing dinner early, eating warm and soft meals, balancing evening snacks, managing fluids. We've seen how the way you eat at night creates the strength you feel in the morning. And we've uncovered the small habits that slowly steal your peace. And how to replace them with care, with awareness, with choices that serve you now. The truth is simple. After 65, sleep doesn't come from a pill or a pillow. It comes from your plate. A peaceful plate, not perfect, not fancy, just intentional, gentle, honest. A plate that honors the life you've lived and gives you the rest you've earned. So tonight, before you eat, take a moment, ask yourself, will this food help me sleep? Will it support my body or disturb it? And if this video helped you see things more clearly, I ask you to share it. Not for us, but for someone you love, who's still waking up tired, still believing that poor sleep is their fate. Leave a comment. Tell us which habit you'll try changing tonight. Your words might inspire someone else to reclaim their rest. And if you haven't subscribed yet, this is your moment. Because the journey doesn't stop here. There's more to learn, more to restore, more life to live peacefully, powerfully, and fully awake. Thank you for spending your time with me today. I'll see you in the next video.